Hey, I'm Kev, Mastercard, and welcome back to the Rally 4, where it could finally be happening. You could finally complete the final championship. It has been missing for over 40 episodes, but here is the Hill Climb Championship, round China, round Marina, round Mount Rainier. Let's just get to it. As it's back to the Mitsubishi after so long. And we get underway. Beats 6 minutes, 28.2 in some wet conditions. When I say wet conditions, it's dry overhead. There's a slippery track. Man, we've been away from this car for so long. First thing we've got to remember is that he's got brakes. Just, you know, you've got to brake for the corner for them to work. That's a good start already. This is the full course. That's bumpy as hell. And this is our best hill climb car, apparently, most developed. Got the Paris we've been running with, the Norman have been around 370, 380. This is around almost 430, so it should give us a very good chance of winning, but you never know about that round here in China. So a bit wide again, we're a bit sloppy in this first part. When is track 2 slippery? As it really does tighten up. Crazy amount of undulation as well, so 12.5 seconds down. Shocking start. There you go, it speeds up a bit. So a bit wide again, touching the barrier. Definitely going to have to do some repairs for the next round. Again, we're just playing with that throttle a bit through the corners like we were with the Paris. You know, I don't think we have to do it as much with this car. This car's actually got grip. Actually got some downforce to it. And brakes, which when used are actually pretty good. We're just trying to find some grip while using this accelerator all the time. Not really feeling it at the moment. We're almost approaching the halfway mark because we're 4.7 down, so that's a good section. And so it's very high speed. But the braking done very nicely for that corner as well. Once again, feel like we're tentative, using the brakes a bit too much. And I thought that in the Paris last time, and we did very well in it, so halfway through this run, not a very good first half, and in the second it might be a bit more difficult. You saw that last section, it is a hell. We need to build up a lead before then. That's not the way to do it. Once again, I just suspect this car to have like phenomenal brakes sometimes. They're not as good as the Normas. Because I'm not remembering that, unfortunately. So we're 7 seconds up though. That's a good start to building the lead. So he's hitting the barriers as well. Always a good thing. You know, just hitting him for luck, you know. Once again, we don't have to change gear either with this car. Good thing we don't have the Norma being wrong gears all the time. You're losing time out the corners. On this thing, just keep it full pelt. Just one less thing to distract us with as well. And then sometimes you don't realise how fast we're going, so got to keep on top of that. Can't believe we have a wet track in China of all things. Perfect start for this championship. Just once again clipping the wall. How many times is that? It's almost double figures, isn't it? We're not bad so far this run, but a 6.1 up. So they've actually lost a bit in that section. That's not all good. So we need to gain quite a lot in this section. This is our last good section, if I remember rightly. It's in the last minute. We're just going to be losing time all the while. We've kind of no fault of our own. Really, we just have to push as hard as we can without hitting the barriers now. Can't afford mistakes, and we run a bit wide, of course, when I say that. And a bit wide in that hairpin as well. The car brought it back. And so we're in that final minute. Just realised at the top. So we go uphill. Oh, I hate this section. Even more in that Paris though, and even more going the opposite direction, but still. Such a tricky section, so tight. As we go for the final part, we're going to be second at least. But at least this is over in China. 6:33. Down in 7th. No! We're already 10 points back. Let's make it up in America or Romania, as there's quite a lot of car repairs to do. Bodywork's not that bad considering. I thought it'd be way more than that. As engine, chassis, gearbox, radiator, brakes, tyres, suspension, electronics, those have to be repaired. So we are in Romania then. For the hill climb. 2 minutes 53.9 to beat. As we've got some work to do here. But Romania's often been our kindest hill climb track, so hopefully it is here. And we can eat into that points lead. I mean, it's only 3 events in this championship. That's such a poor start in China. It's going to be uphill, not just here, but also Mount Rainier as well. I feel like we've got to win both events. Even then, it's still out of our hands. You see, I didn't want the Thrustmaster advertising around it. I'm using a controller, you know. Maybe if I was using my wheel, I wouldn't hit the sign, but I actually think I tried to avoid the sign, but the Xbox controller just steered me towards it. Pretty weird how that worked out. So we don't want to be cutting corners in this thing. Already a minute through, and we're already trying to end our run already. We've forgotten how big the environmental sounds were with this thing. Much more than a Norma, the Paris, BMW, and the Suzuki. It's a 6.3 up. Very good section. Now we braked a mile early for the next hairpin. So yeah, that's something to kind of take into account when driving this thing. It's just the sounds. Very different. Didn't really get used to it in China. Much more used to it around here, but then we've got a bit more space. Much more familiar roads as well, as I haven't really driven China a lot. Plus, look at the weather. Gorgeous morning sun, dry roads. No slippery tracks around here. Trying to catch us out. No, so with a repaired vehicle too. This English guy, again, you don't really feel the sense of speed. Like, I actually feel it in the Norma. Don't really feel it in the Paris or this car. It's just taking a while getting back up the speed of this thing, judging our speeds through the corners. Well, that sun's blinding us into the left-hander. Lucky we don't have to contend with that, as we could go up the hill. I like the Paris last time, the downhill climb. It's just the hill climb on this occasion, thankfully. Because that would really be hurting our eyes from, say, halfway down. So from halfway up, it'd be much better for us to have that glare in a couple of corners. So we're only 4 seconds ahead. To approach halfway mark. It's not going well for us. It'll be much better. A bit disappointing, actually. So it's a bit wide. Managed to control with it. Another thing with this car, again, I don't have to use the throttle so much. It is a downforce car, I've got to remember. We can glide this thing through the corners. It's got brakes as well, if I use them early enough. So over halfway onto our march for that 653.9. So yeah, I can just let the car go through a couple of corners then get on the power. Again, a bit difficult to judge with the environmental sounds as well. So like I'm not kind of driving this car by ear. Like I don't have to change gears. But I probably would be playing it by ear a bit more. And so we go, 7.5 up. That's more like it. We're in our good section as well. Should be pulling away a bit. But it is crazy seeing the difference between this car and the normal. Both cars built to tackle Pikes Peak. Just a couple of years difference, both electric cars. But just a couple of years difference between them, and the normal with its gear changes, with its more compact sound, and it's just very different to drive. But this car doesn't have anywhere near as much downforce as that Norma. Feels like a specially upgraded version. Oh my god. They're covered upside down even on the moon. This could barely run upside down in a tunnel, it feels like. But it's also fantastic to see just the advances with electric technology and with the crazy ideas companies have. Especially electric companies in modern times around Pikes Peak. They're like, you want to try out our electric power somewhere? Yeah, let's just go to Pikes Peak. Try out there. Or some crazy designs like Peugeot had with that vehicle for Sebastian Loeb. At the same year, Honda also had Simon Pagenaud running up there. Kind of a purpose-built Pikes Peak vehicle. And then, of course, with Mitsubishi with this car in around 2012, with the Norma a couple of years later, and then the VW last year. Absolutely insane. We've already seen, say, the Suzuki as well with the big ass ring, big power, big everything. It's just fantastic seeing, even though hill climb's very niche, Pikes Peak may be the most famous, maybe known kind of internationally, it's still such a small event on the grand scale of things. Even in the motorsport world, it feels like it's not very underappreciated. You're seeing that with those companies with cars, but also with bikes as well, pushing their technology in America. Fantastic to see. Great breeding ground for innovation and design, Pikes Peak, in recent years, and for victory as well with these vehicles as we win by over 20 seconds. That's what we needed. As we're 4 points back. That's what we like to see. Angela Long, though, you're going to be a pain on our backside in America. We have got to win and hope they finish third or lower, because I believe we would win the championship with 2 wins over, I guess they won the first one? No, they didn't. They didn't win any. Okay. So that gives an advantage already. So if we win in America, they finish third, we've won it. Let's do it. As of course, we've got to have our car, up to standard. Has, and this likes the brakes, tyre, suspension to get repaired. Only less than $200. Bargain. So it's got to be the best 6 minutes of our lives.
As you got to beat 6 minutes .1 and then brought it down. It was with the weather. This championship, all we wanted is glorious sunshine like we had in Romania. We get this. The slippery track in China, the most difficult hill climb of all. And then it's pouring it down for the finale. That's what we want. And I'm losing my voice as well, so you might not hear me so much on this run, which I guess some people will be soaked for actually. I'll just rest my voice and just concentrate on driving. As I said, we've got to be at our best. No stopping us. As we have done our part, yeah, I had to go quiet to rest my voice as we're at the top. Where's our rival? As pushing on pays off, I am going to lose my voice as we pushed on, as you saw. Tonton a bit too hard in a couple corners with the braking zones, but you paid out. We won. We've won the championship by 8 points. Angelong choked down in 4th in the end. As Wayland Sadler comes up the second. What a name. Head of the Suzuki in 3rd. You saw the Norma in 2nd. Mitsubishi at the top, though. What a fantastic ending for us, at least. As, yes, give us all of that prize money. Over 500 grand. And it is official. We've won all the championships. Get in there, Hill Climb. Don't get in there payday. Really, you know how to bring a man down. Seriously. As let's see who we can recruit. Level 19 Hill Climb expert. Oh, now you want to find more regular events for me, do you? V-Rally course expert was useless as well. Barely found any. We'll change it anyway. As we've done the hill climb, we don't need a hill climb expert anymore. We know we're not going to find any events now for like a couple of weeks, however long we keep them. New head engineer, won't really bother actually. Actually, it gains on tyres and exhaust. We need to gain it exhaust. Level 18 engineer. Adds even more to the exhaust. Welcome on board. Head mechanic level 18. Adds more to the exhaust. Why not come along? Level 18 mechanic. Why not? Welcome to the team. As they're all level 18s. We could acquire new cars as well. You could do new activities. There's a championship. A V-Rally course championship. Oh, we wait for one for ages. Now suddenly 2 come along at once. We got Extreme Car Championship again to do, but that might be the end actually of V-Rally 4. Now, as we've achieved our goal, we got all of the championships now. We're not really going for the World Championship, become the V-Rally Grand Champion either, because I think the World Championship will be just those events again. I get the feeling. Maybe I'll stick around, try it out, and maybe for one last episode we'll try out a World Championship. So I'll play along, and then I'll see what happens in maybe a couple of weeks' time. See if we do get a World Championship up here. But I hope you enjoyed our adventure of V-Rally Cross, hunting down these championships, getting in the end. I can't believe it. We announced a couple of weeks ago that, oh, we're going to play until level 50, see if we can get these championships. Now they suddenly appear all the time. What's up with that? Let's check the info board before we go. Ford needs us. No, you don't, Ford. No, you do not. Really cool report. That's how we like to see it. But I hope you enjoyed V-Rally 4. Might be back for one more. So for watching, and I'll see you next time.